Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing readings this month a little bit differently. You guys have been coming for me when it comes to the rate in which I've been dropping like the one-off individual readings. So what I'm going to try this month is to do like all signs in one live where you guys don't have to necessarily wait for each sign to be dropped and just the whole process with that. So we're going to try this out. I hope everybody is ready for the month of December and is focused on the opportunity that this month has to offer. And let's go ahead and jump straight in with the readings. I'm going to go by each sign. We're going to do like a 6-7 minute reading for your sign, like a 6-card spread or so. And we're going to start off with fire signs, and then we're going to go off into earth signs, then air signs, and then we're going to go into water signs, okay? So let's go ahead and get started so I don't drag this out for way longer than it needs to be. So what does the month of December have in store? We're going to start with Aries. What does the month of December have in store for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? Let's see. So Aries, just the overall energy for this month, we have the Magician. And the Magician talks about manifesting opportunities and also using what you got to get to where you're trying to go. The Magician is more so capitalizing on the skills or the resources or our ability to, again, turn nothing into something or to bring things into existence. There could be also certain things that transpire during this month, like certain opportunities that come your way or certain conversations where it could almost feel like you manifested it in a sense. It's important when it comes to this opportunity or maybe this conversation that comes in that you're aware of your role within said situation, like how you're showing up mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. Now, going into just your career for this month, Aries, we have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands talks about fast movement. If you've been applying to jobs, if you've been looking for jobs, this does talk about you having the opportunity to see things speed up in progress. You could be hearing back from jobs that you've applied to in the previous month or so, or the previous months. You could be seeing that after some sort of relocation or some sort of move, that now there's more opportunity for you to, get a job within your skill or within your career because it's more of a demand. For example, if I can talk, the Eight of Wands also talks about some of my Aries, you just jumping on opportunity. There may have been this hesitance on whether or not you should start a creative endeavor that could potentially make you money. Even though you've been seeing progress there, you could have been just kind of questioning whether or not you're just overly ambitious about this. With the Eight of Wands showing up here, I do see there being an opportunity for you to really see growth if you are sticking it through and not just kind of counting yourself off or out. Not off, but out. Now, going into love, I got the Eight of Swords. So when it comes to your love life, you could be a bit frustrated when it comes to trying to get your point across and maybe feeling like you're not heard or maybe you're not being understood. The Eight of Swords also talks about, just for my singles, maybe you've been still trying to wrap your head around what's went on with a previous relationship and where things went left, and you could be maybe keeping yourself away from the realm of dating until you kind of get the answers or the clarity that you could be seeking. Also, the Eight of Swords, you could be dealing with a love interest who could be struggling with their own mental stuff, and in you trying to be a support system for them, you could be a bit frustrated because you feel like you don't necessarily know how to be maybe supportive through this or work with them through their, mental struggles at the moment. Especially if this has anything to do with like stuff outside of the relationship, like work, their family members, or like certain concerns. If there has been also frustration around a separation or a breakup with a love interest, I think that this time frame is going to grant you an opportunity to address this head on. Now, possible challenge this month, Aries, we have the Wheel of Fortune. The challenge is change, but not bad change, because the Wheel of Fortune is upright. This is favorable change. I think the challenge could be just adjusting to change itself. And when I say challenge, doesn't mean something that you can't manage, doesn't mean that you won't be able to. It just could be a bit challenging to do so. So there could be a change in diet, a change in people around you, a change in work environment, and it's adjusting to that change. That is a process. And you're capable of doing it, it's just a process. You could also be wanting change to happen at a faster rate. Change is happening, but you could want change to happen a lot faster, and patience is going to be key in the month of December. Now, what to watch out for this month? I do have the Nine of Cups. So what to watch out for is certain prideful individuals where their pride is too strong for them to maybe apologize when they're wrong, or their pride is too strong for them to take in consideration how you feel, and they're only taking in consideration how they may feel. Also, what to watch out for is, again, goals that you guys are going to be accomplishing during this time frame. If you are actually sticking to the bigger plan and not getting sidetracked, you could walk out of this month really happy and feeling like you did complete a personal goal, or you stuck to what you said you were going to do, and this makes you really, really happy. So yeah, let me pull some oracle cards for you, Aries. What does the month of December look like for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? So we have reflection, and we also have distractions. I think the key during this time frame is to ward away any potential distractions that have been just there, that have been a distraction up into this month, and saying, you know what, now I know exactly what to do with the understanding that I have, and I'm going to move with a sense of purpose. I'm not going to get sidetracked. I'm not going to talk myself out of the things that I want to see progress in, or that I've said I was going to do. And of course, there's going to be little temptations and little things that want to throw you off, but you holding your vision is going to really pay off. So that's what I see for my Aries. And thank you guys so much for watching. And the next sign we're going to do is Leo. So if my Leos are in the building, this is for you. Give me a look at the general energy around my Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for December. All right, so the general energy for the month of December for Leos, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse. So there could be certain things that you're revisiting during this time frame. This could be your health. You're changing up your eating habits. This could be considering revisiting like an old job. You may have left a job, tried to transfer to a different one. Maybe you didn't really like the job environment, or it wasn't really paying as well. And with the Eight of Cups in reverse, this does talk about the potential of maybe working there again, or being called up and considered for a newer position there, and having to consider if that's something for you. For others of you, this could also represent certain people trying to resurface and pop back up after being ghost for some time. And you could question whether or not this is genuine, if the intentions are in the right place, or if this person is still the way that they presented themselves to be previously. Now, going into career and finance during this time frame, I have the King of Swords. So when it comes to your finances, you could be, some of you guys could be having a conversation with higher ups in regards to a promotion or some sort of raise. And in you conveying like what you offer to the company, or conveying just your desire to get paid what you deserve, I think that this could be strongly considered, and you'll get an answer this month on whether or not that promotion or that raise is actually going to be due to you. With the King of Swords as well, there could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius at your job or in your job setting of significance. Okay. There could also be certain people that are committed to misunderstandings or having like work drama. And I see you drawing the line in the sand in regards to boundaries when it comes to the workplace. Also, if you've been just thinking a lot about a career change or a career move that you want to make, I see you making that final decision or standing in that decision during the month of December. So if that's quitting a job to get a better one, quitting a job to go into, schooling or getting some sort of license here, I see you committing to that. Now, when it comes to your love life, we have the Moon card. So you could be in a space of just kind of worrying about where things are potentially going with an existing connection. You could question like, okay, are me and my person really on the same page with certain things? Or are they just not saying how they feel? Or are they shutting down and not being as expressive as they need to be? And for some of you, this could be something you've been struggling with, where you want to express yourself more in your relationship, but you could be concerned with what your partner, their reaction or their energy is going to be in you expressing yourself, or in you just kind of standing up for yourself in a sense. There also could be someone you're getting to know. This is a newer person. You could really be trying to fill out their intentions this month, seeing if they're a genuine person or if the connection is genuine. I will say, don't let anxiety lead the way with any romantic stuff that you're trying to do during this month, especially if you are worried about the future and how things are going to play out down the line. Don't let that be a guiding force to where it just kind of reaffirms certain worries that you have about your love life, and just making you shut down, potentially, self-sabotaging the connection. Now, the possible challenge to address, I do have the Seven of Wands. So the challenge, Leos, that you will have to address is letting down your guard, or letting down any need to be defensive or overly protective of self, to where this could block out even good things. When we're trying to protect ourselves, we could have people around us that mean us good, but they don't necessarily get to, connect with us on a deeper level because of that protective layer that we may have up. So just being mindful of how high that may be, and how that could potentially, shut you out from certain connections. What to watch out for, I do have the Ace of Swords. So watch out for a conversation, an important conversation that's going to be had during this month with a boss, a love interest, a family member. This is not limited to, one area in your life. For some of you, this is going to manifest in different areas. But also be mindful, or I guess watch out for certain answers or clarity that's going to naturally come to you. If you've been in the dark just about certain things, or feeling like someone's keeping certain secrets from you, this month it will be exposed, or it will kind of come out in the wash. Hey, Francesca. Okay. And then the outcome card for you, I have the Six of Cups. So for this month, the outcome for December, this is, I feel like you guys could be in a more emotionally calm place. And if you're a parent, you could be putting more of a priority or a focus on family, your children. Okay. I think that also you could be very reflective of how this year has turned out just as a whole. What have you learned from it? What are, your feelings about this year? And when it comes to maybe a relationship with someone you have children with, I see you also reflecting on the good and the bad, or just the past itself. But I see you just as a whole making sense of everything that's kind of happened up until this point, and moving based off of what you would like your future to more so project. Now let's pull 2 oracle cards for you. What does the future look like? Or not future, but what does the month of December look like for my Leos? So we have patience, and we also have unlimited potential. So this month is all about taking focused action and using time as a tool, not necessarily seeing it as a you know, a detriment or something that's, you know, hindering you, but using time to your advantage. And what I mean by this, like an example, if you are trying to be a successful business owner, using time to your advantage would be, okay, well, I would love for my business to be successful in X amount of years. So I'm going to use this time right now to mature my business, to learn as many skills as possible, so that in 3 years, I can really have the skills and the setup for me to be successful, for example. Same thing in terms of relationship. If you have like anxieties when it comes to a newer connection that's forming, I think that patience will give you a chance to not only learn your person in terms of how they are in different scenarios, but ease the intensity in terms of having to make such, you know, serious decisions on this connection so soon, if that is like a worry. But yes, thank you, Leos. And the next sign we're going to go into is Sagittarius. So we already did Aries, we just did Leo, and now we're about to go into Sag. Okay, so if you're Sag, this is for you. So let's see, what does the energy look like for my Sagittarius for the month of December? So overall energy for this month, we have the Justice card. So Sagittarius, I see you wrapping up any legal cases or any legal dealings. This is going to give you a chance to just focus on other things and to move forward. I also see there being some sort of apology that's extended to you to some degree. This could be from a Libra specifically. This could be from just someone who has definitely wronged you in some way or did not take you in consideration in some sort of decision or move that they may have made. Especially if there's a romantic partner, marriage partner, I think that there could be some sort of extended apology. When this apology happens, of course, you're going to have to gauge whether or not you believe in this, or if you think that this person has good intentions for you or positive intentions. For some of you, I actually see more of a new love coming in, and this person, they could be very balanced and their energy could be very calming. They could bring harmonious vibes as a whole. I think with this person is trying to see where they fit in your life. That's going to be a big question for you. Now, going into career and finance, I have the 8 of Cups. So I definitely see some of you transitioning into just a better job or a better work environment. Some of you have already recently separated from a job and you're just transitioning into a newer one. Like you could hear news about you getting the job that you interviewed for prior to this month, or in this month, if you do any interviews, you could be getting some news about you getting hired. The 8 of Cups also talks about some of you guys relocating for work. You could get a job opportunity that requires you to relocate, or you could find that relocating could be in your best interest because a different area could be in demand for your skills. I do see that as well. I want to clarify. I will say this, during this month, when it comes to like any jobs or business moves that you're going to be making, your level of confidence and also belief and your ability to succeed is going to be everything. This is not the month to be questioning your ability to, let's say, be a big time manager, if that's, you know, what you want to do. Like if you want to get a promotion and be the manager, don't be afraid of your potential of being successful in that. Or if you want to be a business owner, don't be intimidated by the process in which that may take for you to be a manager. So that's going to be key. But going into love, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So Sagittarius, when it comes to your love life, so with the World card, like I said before, this could be a newer person that's coming into your life. And this is a full circle moment. With this new person, this person could be completely different than what you're used to. Like symbolizing a whole new cycle in your love life where maybe you've dated people past tense who were just very unsure or struggling with their own problems. And this person, they don't have that same plot or issue. They could be a lot more balanced or a lot more secure within their situation. For others of you, you could be dealing with someone who you do have history with, but there could be a different element to who they or how they're showing up. This could be in a good way, or this could be in a bad way for some of you. Of course, that can happen. But there's something different about them, and you could be just assessing like, okay, well, are you really different though? Like, who is this version of self that you're presenting? Also, if you have a long distance relationship with someone, this person could be traveling to come see you, or you could be traveling to see them, and this trip could actually be really helpful in moving things along. Now, going into the possible challenge during this time frame with the Ten of Pentacles, the challenge could be certain family members. They could be, drama filled, or they could be giving you a hard time, or they could be fighting and you're trying to keep the peace. You could be a parent, and the relationship you may have with the person you have children with, that could just be quite annoying, especially if you are trying to just consider the co-parenting relationship and that's it. The challenge could also be just wanting to move back home. You could miss a home environment where you grew up at. Some of you could be trying to close on a home, and it's just certain paperwork or certain things that need to wrap up in order for you to get this home. Now, what to watch out for with the Three of Wands, it's important that you watch out for, opportunity that's about to come in. I think that this month, if you've been planting your seeds prior to this time frame, it's just all about being patient and waiting for your ships to come in. Okay, especially if you've been applying to jobs, apartments, things like that. I see you getting some type of opportunity. And this isn't just limited to career. Also, what to watch out for is things that try to pull you backward in the process of you trying to go forward. Because the Three of Wands is like, been there, done that. I'm looking ahead at what the future has for me. And the challenging part could be the things that want to pull you backward or pull you from this progress that you're making. Now, last card is going to represent the outcome. We have the Emperor. So the outcome, there may be an Aries or Taurus of significance by the end of this month. For others of you, there could be a father figure, person you may have children with, that could be of significance as well. This also talks about you stepping into a power position. The Emperor is like, I'm taking control of what's in my power, or I'm focused on what is in my power. So by the end of this month, you could be in a whole nother mindset in the sense of focusing on what is in your control, what you can do. Also, some of you guys could be getting some sort of promotion to where you do become like a manager or like a higher up to some degree. I also see you just trying to bring your attention only to the things that you, again, are in control of. What are the final messages for my Sagittarius? What are the final messages for my Sagittarius for the month of December? So I have action, and I also have motivation. So, yeah, I think that this month is all about doing what you can and focusing on the outcome that will produce, and less on the bad stuff or the stuff that could potentially go wrong. Only time we should focus on that is when we're doing something actively to combat that outcome or that experience. But this month is all about you, again, focusing on what you can control, taking action on what you can control, and staying motivated throughout that whole entire process as much as possible. But thank you, Sagittarius. That's what I see for you. Now, the next set of messages are going to be for my Virgos. Virgos are next. We just did Aries, Leo, Sag, and now we're about to do Virgo. Okay. So give me a reading for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Give me a reading for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What does the energy look like for them? So we got the Six of Wands as the overall energy. So the Six of Wands talks about success. It talks about things being brought to our attention as well. So there's something that you're going to successfully complete or get done. This could be a weight loss journey. This could be a project, school. There's something here that you're going to be really proud of as well. Like, oh, wow, I really did that. Or you will even get a chance to showcase some sort of art or some sort of talent to some degree. But like I was saying before, this card also represents things being shown to us. So certain individuals are going to show you their true colors. If you have been in the dark in regards to how someone feels about you or how far they want to take things, I think that this month is going to show you through their, efforts to get your attention or things that they could even be just straight up saying, that will let you know how this person feels, whether it's in a positive light or maybe not so much. You also could be rewarded at your job for like employee of the month, employee for the year. Okay. It's something here that you're going to get some sort of praise for. Now, what I have for career and finance, I have the Ace of Pentacles here. So you could turn down some sort of money-making opportunity. There could be an opportunity extended to you that you don't feel like could be necessarily fair or profitable. You could be saying like, no, I don't necessarily want that job because they're not willing to pay me my worth. Or no, I don't necessarily want to invest in a business with someone if I don't really see there being an opportunity for me to make money. Also, if there was any opportunity that you wanted to capitalize on in the past, but let's say maybe your schedule was a bit hectic and you weren't able to do so, I think that you will be considering that during this time frame, whether or not now you should get into it or consider this opportunity or this business. Yeah. Also, you will be considering whether or not you want to continue to work at a job if they're not willing to give you a raise. You could be feeling like you're not getting your desired pay. And that's a big turnoff. Now, going into love, I do have the Three of Swords. So you still could be processing what exactly went left within a long-term relationship. You could be wondering like, okay, well, what didn't I see? Or what was it said that has left things now in the position that it's in? Also with the Three of Swords, there could be someone who's trying to like make things right, but the damage has been done and it could make you just a little bit weary of even considering going down this path with this person, considering just the stuff that's happened past tense. For others of you, it could be vice versa. You could be dealing with somebody where you're really feeling them, but because of their past experiences, they could be struggling with their ability to be emotionally available. And this is just a little bit of a struggle. You could be considering whether or not you should continue talking to this person or give them the space to work through their stuff. Now, the challenge you may run into, I have the Queen of Swords. So the challenge could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or this could be like getting a lawyer. There could be some sort of legal stuff that you have to take care of. You may have to pay for a lawyer. The challenge could also be having like a straightforward conversation with someone. They could be evading, let's say, certain questions that you have or certain concerns that you have, and you could be trying to figure out exactly why. Also with the Queen of Swords, getting the truth out of someone also may be a little bit challenging. Or someone could be extremely stubborn and not willing to just talk through certain issues. So this could be a bit of an annoyance. Now, what to watch out for? I have the Ace of Wands. So this could be other people around you possibly being angry or possibly being disheveled energetically in regards to certain things that have transpired in the past. This could also be personal anger that you may have in regards to someone, and you could think that being around them is possible, but there's still certain energetic ways that you feel about things that they've put you through or you've experienced because of them, and it's just being realistic with yourself about what you could energetically handle and what you can't. Another thing to watch out for is just new opportunity. The Ace of Wands talks about opportunity that requires us to take action. So if there's anything you're trying to get done during this month, it's only going to get done with focused action and consistent action. Now, outcome for this month, we have the Ten of Cups. So family could be a big focus for you. You could be spending time with your children, with family members. Also, by the end of this time frame, there's something here that's going to make you really, really happy. There's some sort of accomplishment, some sort of goal that you're completing. There could be a family member that's celebrating something big, and this could make you really, really happy as well. I think that you could close this month out in just a more uplifted spirit, Virgos. So it looks really, really good. Some of you guys could be hearing some good news about expecting a child or a family member that's expecting. Okay. What's the overall energy around my Virgos for December? So we have angel numbers, which represents confirmation. And we have yin and yang, which represents balance. So the overall message for this time frame, pay attention to certain intuitive nudges that you may have had, let's say, in the last couple of months or so. Certain moments where your spirit guides may confirm to you like, oh wow, I should actually start that business, because you keep seeing ads and stuff about maybe the type of business that you have. Or another example, there could be a confirmation moment that comes up where you're constantly, let's say, running into somebody who has been trying to pursue you and maybe you've been ignoring them, and then it's this confirmation moment where it's like, okay, well, this person keeps popping back up, so there must be something there. It's some sort of confirmation moment that you want to pay attention to. Also with yin and yang, I would not go too on the edge of extremes during this time frame. Take a balanced approach. So not overworking yourself, putting too much on your plate, assuming too much responsibility within your relationship that it's not manageable. Okay, financially, same thing. Try to prioritize balance in your life. No extremes. Balanced schedule. Now, it may take some time if it's already been kind of out of balance, but achieving balance is the key. Okay, so we just did Aries, Sagittarius, we did Virgo, now we're about to do Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn, this is for you. Then after Capricorn is going to be Taurus. Give me a look at the energy around my Capricorns for the month of December 2024. What does the energy look like for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for December 2024? Okay, I got the Emperor. I almost said the Empress. It's the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is about taking care of business, handling responsibilities, and managing what is in our control. I think I already said that, but emphasis on the managing what's in our control. There also could be an Aries or a Taurus of significance for some of you. This could be a love interest. This could be a boss as well. There could be a boss of significance, father figure. But also what the Emperor represents is standing on our throne. I think for some of my Capricorns, there may have been moments where certain circumstances have felt like it's stronger than you, or it has more power than you. And you may have just kind of had that moment of letting certain circumstances make you feel like it's in control when you're always in control. There's no circumstance that's above you. Okay? You can manage your circumstance or your situation, especially if this has anything to do with your love life or your like career, if you just focus on what is in your control. And I see you guys learning that or just realizing that during this time frame. Now, going into career and finance, I have the Queen of Swords. So I see you guys making more strategic moves around how you're handling money, not overspending, not making bad decisions with your finances. Some of you could be even considering investing your money into some sort of like business endeavor that could potentially be really smart in the sense of the return that you could make from profits. Also with the Queen of Swords, this talks about getting an answer finally. If you've applied to certain jobs or have interviewed, you could be finally getting an answer on whether or not things are moving forward with a particular job or not. There also could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius of significance around your career. This could be the person giving you a job. This could be somebody at your workplace that's making you also consider whether or not you should still work there. But I do see you also coming to a point of making a decision. Am I going to continue at this job or leave? Am I going to continue in this field, this career path, or am I going to consider other things? And just buckling down with responsibilities. Planning out your schedule is another thing I'm seeing as well. You also may get out of this space of being so anxious about that area if things have just felt a little bit slow and has been just stressing you out, okay? Now, going into love, I do have the Sun card. So there could be a Leo of significance. Doesn't have to be a Leo, but there could be someone who you're getting to know, and this person could be potentially showing you like a different side of what love could look like. This person could be a breath of fresh air. They could be someone who is just more uplifting in their spirit and in their energy. Someone who's very transparent about like what they have going on. This could be somebody who just has a very encouraging spirit. They know how to just keep you in high energy. And this could be someone who you consider giving a chance because of that reason. If you are in a position right now where you're questioning whether or not someone is authentic in this, joyous and positive energy, they will, like I said, continue to show you who they are. So just let them show you who they are. And if they're disingenuous in this, they'll show you. And if they're not, they'll also show you that as well through consistency and keeping up the same approach. Now, possible challenge. I have the Seven of Cups. So the challenge could be confusion. You could have mixed feelings about a person, about a career path, about a business, and standing in being sure could just be a bit of a challenge. You could be wondering like, okay, well, do I have better options than this? Should I be keeping my options open? So the challenge is not letting optionality entrap you in this position of feeling like you're missing out on things, because this could happen in any area. I always use this example. When you go to the grocery store, if you had 10,000 cereals to choose from, you will be there forever all day, and you'll still walk out of the grocery store feeling like you missed out on something because you didn't get a chance to look at all the boxes of cereal or know what all the boxes of cereal taste like, Or if you're sampling ice cream, 10,000 different flavors of ice cream, you're going to feel like you missed out on something, even if you didn't miss out on anything. So the challenge is not letting optionality be a trap. Or even mixed emotions be a trap too. Now, what to watch out for? I have the Page of Cups. So this could be a new romantic offer or connection. Some of you guys, you may not know it, but there could be something new brewing in that realm, and it's going to require you to be open-minded. Another thing to watch out for is anybody who could display a level of childishness where their maturity level is not where it needs to be in order for them to maintain a relationship. This could be, you know, immature in the sense of not knowing how to communicate, or immature in the sense of doing little petty things in the heat of the moment. Anybody who gives you that vibe or could be doing this thing, you want to watch out for during this month and giving them too much of a chance. Now, outcome for this month, Capricorns, with the Seven of Wands. I see you guys, for one, if you have been combating certain obstacles or challenges around money and around just day-to-day life, I see you guys successfully making it through these challenges. It's not easy, but you guys are doing the damn thing in terms of not letting certain challenges get in your way when it comes to getting on the other side. With the Seven of Wands too, you may have blocked somebody during this month, and you could be questioning whether or not they should stay blocked. This doesn't have to be just in the realm of love, but a family member, friend, whoever. I see you also just kind of putting your head down and getting to work. Like you could be intentionally trying to set things up for 2025 to where the end of this month, you're not playing any games, just putting your head down and doing what needs to be done on more so the career front and responsibility front. What are the final messages for my Capricorns they need to hear for the overall month of December? So we have metamorphosis and we have divine guidance. So change is here. Change is always happening. Okay. And when I say change, I mean more so change in terms of circumstances. If things have been just going one way and it's like, oh, I want things to speed up. I want things to, like, show me signs that I am on the right path of progress. You will be seeing little nuggets of that. With metamorphosis here as well, the dynamics around a relationship may be changing. You may be changing as a person, so your relationship may have to change, or you and your partner may be changing. So the dynamic that may have fit the relationship in the beginning may not be the same dynamic that you guys still have now. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that you guys are growing together. That's the purpose of a relationship, is to grow together. I think that also just your opinion is changing a lot. And this could be because of just personal epiphanies you're having, downloads you're having as well with divine guidance. It is important to take these insights that you've gained this year and apply it to experience that change you want to see. Thank you, Capricorns. Thank you for your support. And my next sign is going to be Taurus, and then we're going to do Gemini right after, okay? We already did Aries, we did Leo, we did Sag, Virgo, Capricorn, and now we're on Taurus. All right, so give me a look at the month of December for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So, first card we have is the Death card, representing just the overall energy for this month. With the Death card, this talks about change, welcoming change, but change in the sense of internal. Your opinion, your feelings, your views are shifting. And I think that going into 2025, there's a lot of things that you want to, in your outer situation, you want to match the insides in terms of that change in view, perspective, feelings, all that stuff. For others of you, you could be dealing with somebody who's going through their own changes, and it's a challenge to kind of navigate maybe dealing with this person through these changes. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or have a Scorpio of significance during this time frame as well. What's the energy around career and finance for my Taurus? So we have the 10 of Swords. So you could be ending a cycle in your life where you've been working at a job where they have been just running you through the mud. Mentally, it is exhausting in the sense of what they expect out of you or what they're wanting you to produce in a way where it's like, okay, I don't even think that this is worth it financially. So time for me to transition. Some of you could even feel like certain coworkers are extremely negative, and the gossiping is really making it hard for you to want to stay in this work environment. Some of you also could be taking things to HR if there is a higher up that is meddling in certain drama or certain issues, or just not doing their job, or seemingly having an issue with you. If you have been going through also a lot mentally when it comes to a job hunt, hold your peace, because this cycle of job hunting is coming to a close. Within like the next month or so, the next 2 months or so, you could be hearing some news about getting a better job or getting a job, period. Now, going into love, I have the King of Wands. So there could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo of significance in that realm. And with this fire sign, I think you could be very attracted to this person. It doesn't even have to be a fire sign. This is a love interest. But with this person, you could be very attracted to them. They could be very charismatic. They could be someone who's very creative, very assertive. Somebody who does for themselves. Could be more on the independent side if this is a woman. If this is a male, same thing. But this because they've had to be, because life hasn't necessarily given them the best set of cards. But I think those could be things that you find yourself attracted to. When it comes to this romantic connection you could have, I see you trying to gauge this person's actions and what that necessarily means, especially if this isn't like a committed relationship quite yet. You could be trying to read through their actions like, okay, well, how serious do they want things to be? For some of you, you could be, really feeling the attraction and the chemistry and just wanting to solidify things beyond that as well. For my other Taurus, you could be dealing with a partner where you just kind of want them to do more, maybe show more of an effort. Maybe you don't feel like you have that same level of support. Now, challenge with the Queen of Swords, the challenge may be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could be having a tough conversation. There may be something you want to say to your partner, to a boss, to a family member that you don't necessarily know how to say, or there could be certain things you would like to be cleared up, and it's too much room for misunderstanding during this month. So try to have any like in-depth conversations with any love interest or any person that you care about, like face to face, to where it can't be misconstrued via like a phone call or text. Also, the challenge could be sticking to plan. There could be certain plans that you have that maybe have to get changed around. Now, what to watch out for? I have the Three of Cups. So what to watch out for? So this could be certain friends that do miss you, and because you may have been self-isolating, they really do want to connect with you, and that could be why they're acting the way that they're acting. For others of you, it's being careful of who you are calling a friend or who you are connecting to, because certain people can seem like they're supportive, but they may not necessarily be supportive. And when it's time to show and prove, that will come out to light. Another thing to be watchful for. Is certain things that you will be able to celebrate during this month. Again, if you've been waiting on a job to come in, if you've been waiting on, hearing back in regards to a house that you've applied to, there's an incoming celebration. So that is something to kind of keep an eye out for. Now, outcome with the Page of Pentacles. The outcome of this time frame for you, there could be an opportunity for you to capitalize on like a side hustle. A side hustle comes in clutch when it comes to getting some extra money to pay for an expense. Also, with the Page of Pentacles, there is a friendship or a friends with benefits connection that you're assessing. Do I want to keep investing time and energy into this? Is this something that's, benefiting the person that I'm friends with benefits with, or this friend where I'm supporting them or giving them money, then them genuinely like having my back as well. You could also be questioning someone's loyalty. This could be another earth sign in particular. What's the message for my Taurus that they need to hear for the month of December 2024? So we have abundance, and we also have metamorphosis. Okay, so the message here, this is a month for you to get your money in order and for you to change any financial hardships around, or to turn it around, excuse me. Also understanding that there's an abundance of opportunity. When we talk about abundance, it just means a lot of. So there's always plenty. We just need to know where to go and what changes we need to make to free up opportunity or room for bigger blessings or bigger opportunities. So ask yourself, what can be cleared out or what could be adjusted in my life in order for that to be the case, especially on a financial and a romantic level. And thank you, Taurus. So that was for my Taurus gang. Next we have Geminis. So let's see what's going on with my Gemini gang. And then it's going to be Libras right after. Give me a general reading for my Geminis for December 2024. So we have the Eight of Swords as the general energy for this month. So with the Eight of Swords, this is clearing out any frustrations or any headaches that are lingering in regards to misunderstandings with a partner, misunderstandings with a family member, or just frustrations around even finances. There could be things that you're trying to get done that all of the responsibility could feel like it's on your plate, and this could just be annoying. Okay, also if you've been just kind of feeling trapped by an environment, by certain relationships, and it's like, oh, mentally I really would like my own autonomy out of this situation, but I don't really know how to break it to said family member or said lover, or I don't necessarily know how to get out of the situation. If you do feel this way, trust me, this month, even beyond this month, I think that the answers are going to be clear as day when it comes to getting out of this sense of frustration within a job or within a relationship or home environment. I will say this, if you have been just mentally thinking up a storm to where it's been making you feel stuck, this month is going to challenge you to not necessarily try to sort out your problems in your head. You gotta sort out your problems through the physical realm. We can only brainstorm to some degree, but certain challenges, literally, we just have to act in the physical to fix. Now, going into career and finance, I have the Knight of Cups. So this is talk about opportunity, going after opportunity. You could feel mixed feelings about a job that you're already doing. You could have some days where it's like, I love what I'm doing. I love the fact that I'm able to help people, or I'm able to showcase my talents, or I'm able to do certain things. And then other days you may not necessarily feel the same way. The cons could just be very apparent. You could also have certain people that work with you who have mixed energy. Like they don't consistently keep the same energy or the same vibe all the time. And it just makes it so hard for you to feel supported at your job, or like you want to work there because of the fact that there's such an energy switch up. You could have certain people you work with who could seem fake, or they like to, pick and choose days where they want to be friendly, and then other days they want to gossip and just be all over the place. So that could be a concern when it comes to just the work environment. For others of you, there could be a creative endeavor where you really want to see progress, but you could have days where you're full force in it to win it, and then other days just kind of thrown off. I would say take care of your emotional well-being this month so that you can present in your career to the full extent, and not, having good days and bad days with that so much. Now with love, I have the Two of Wands. So you could be at a crossroads, like an in-between position where it's like, for example, I really want my relationship to work, an existing relationship to work, but I know that if we continue down the path that we're on, this is going to crash into maybe a tower moment. So the challenge is, what should I do? Should I continue the relationship as it is? Should I try a different approach? Should I take a step back? You could be at a crossroads in regards to an existing connection, even a newer connection. You could have two options where it's like, okay, I could see where this newer connection and I may go, but I also have this other connection where I don't necessarily have all the answers, and that confliction is something to sort through. You also could be dating somebody long distance, and you could be making traveling plans to finally see each other. Now, advice, or not advice, the challenge that you may run into during this time frame. With the Three of Wands, the challenge could be knowing you have good things coming in the future and having to be patient for that to be coming in for you. Like with the Three of Wands, it takes a level of patience. It takes a level of waiting for your ships to come in and not being in the past while doing so, like entertaining the past as like a buffer to the things that are coming in. So the challenge could be, you know, turning your back completely from a relationship that isn't necessarily working and knowing that better is going to come in, but still having that hard time with, you know, cutting that off and feeling sure in that. Oh, right now I'm doing Gemini. Right now I'm doing Gemini. The other challenge could be relocating. Some of you will be moving or have recently moved, and the challenging part is adjusting to this relocation and seeing where you'll be, let's say 3 months from now or 6 months from now in this new environment. So take your time with adjusting. Take your time. Now, what to avoid or to watch out for, not necessarily avoid. Well, what to avoid and what to watch out for. I have the Ace of Wands. So what to avoid is burnout. Trying your best not to overwork yourself in terms of putting too much responsibility on your plate, like physically. If you can, because some of you could be working a lot because there's things you got to pay for. If you can, try to make your schedule consist of some at least time for you to get some decent rest. Because if you don't, you could just have an extreme sense of burnout by the end of this month. Another thing to, I guess, watch out for is some sort of new opportunity. You could be maybe inspired to go to an audition or to start school or to start a program or to get a license that could help you branch off in your career or to start some sort of new chapter, and you don't want to let this opportunity kind of pass you by. Now, outcome for this month for you, Geminis, we have the Judgment. And the Judgment card talks about epiphanies, realizations. It talks about rethinking things and also revisiting things as well. You could have certain family members that come visit you or you go visit, and this could give you like this rush of nostalgia or this rush of just comfort from being around people that care about you. For others of you, there could be this resurfacing of certain friendships, or shoot, this could even be a love interest. We are in Mercury retrograde, okay? You will have to make your final say or your final decision on what you want to do with that, whether that's something you want to allow in your life or not. But not only that, there's things that you're realizing about yourself, things that you're realizing about the space that you're in now. Like you could be realizing that, hey, I'm really mature in terms of where my mind was at or where I was at emotionally in the beginning of the year. And now I have a totally different perspective, totally different outlook. What are the final messages for my Geminis they need to hear for the month of December? So I have Key, which represents opportunity. And I also have Power Lines, which represents energy. So final messages, so much opportunity for you to take advantage of during this month. You could be getting some good news as well in regards to relocation or some sort of house, getting, you know, a business location, starting up a business. There's some sort of new door you're opening. And it's going to require you to temper your energy, to stay energetically grounded. And thank you, Geminis. I hope that that was helpful and to give you insight. All right, so our next sign is going to be Libra. Then it's going to be Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. You said, has Aries been done? Yes, I did do Aries. Aries was the first sign, so just start it all the way at the beginning if you want to see Aries. The signs we already did, I did Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, and Libra in that exact order. Or Libra is about to be right now. Okay, I'm back. I think it just tried. Okay, I'm back. I think it just tried to kick me off. It definitely just tried to kick me off. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so this is going to be for my Libras. All right, first card we have Libras. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So for the month of December, Libras, you are rejecting any opportunity that, or stepping away from any opportunity that starts to feel like it's taking too much out of you emotionally. Like it could be too emotionally draining. So an example of this could be a home environment where you feel like you're not being appreciated in terms of what you invest into it, what you pour into it, a job where you feel like the effort that you're putting in, day out, isn't necessarily being rewarded in terms of pay or position. So you're not standing for certain things anymore. It just feels like I want more for myself and I'm not going to settle for anything that feels like, you know, just good enough. You also could be turning down some sort of opportunity that could be extended to you. This could be someone trying to pursue you romantically, and you could be deciding, I don't think I necessarily want to jump on this opportunity quite yet, because I want to see like in entirety, like what this connection could become, who you are as a whole, everything. You also could kind of question, did you miss an opportunity? Was there an opportunity you were supposed to take advantage of? There may have been a job or a school or some sort of like certificate or career advancement opportunity that has been on the back of your mind or in your heart, but maybe you've been just kind of putting it off when it comes to pursuing it, to just kind of see how things turn out. Now, when it comes to career and finance, I have the Three of Pentacles. So you could be considering maybe working with a team of people when it comes to a business idea or the work environment that you're in. Is this work environment conducive for me? Do I have higher ups where I feel like I'm supported enough for me to do my job, and co-workers around me where I feel like I can do my job and not necessarily worry about the work environment overpowering? And for some of you, that's definitely been the problem. Either a lack of organization with other people, or other people not being actually focused on their job itself to where it's like annoying that you actually want to show up for the job and people aren't doing the same. You also could be wondering if there's like favoritism within your job in terms of your job hiring certain people and considering certain people for certain positions that they don't necessarily deserve. Now, if you do have multiple streams of income, this month's going to require you to balance all of them. You could be trying to make money, and your ability to juggle 2 or 3 different things you're trying to do is going to determine how much money you kind of walk out of this month with. Now, going into love, I have the Three of Wands. So again, you're trying to see where your relationship is headed with someone. You could be wondering, okay, are we on the right track for real this time? Is this connection headed towards marriage, headed towards moving in? Like, can we go the distance? Especially if this is a newer connection. If this is something that's, you know, been a thing, been a relationship for a while, I think your biggest concern is if you guys have just moved past certain points in your past, like disagreements, misunderstandings, even cheating for some of you. Okay. Now, the challenge for this month with the Two of Cups, The challenge could be the fact that you feel connected to someone and you may not necessarily know why. Like you could feel drawn to them and it's like, I don't know why I'm drawn to this person, but I am. The other challenge could be you wanting to connect with someone but not knowing if they're willing to handle it, or excuse me, able to handle it, or if they're willing to kind of match your effort too. For some of you, the challenge could be also just expressing how you feel to someone and them kind of doing it back. It could be a bit of a process. Now, what to watch out for? With the Page of Swords, you want to watch out for gossip. Gossip that could drag you into certain challenges or situations that either have nothing to do with you and have more so to do with the person that could be gossiping, or telling your business to certain people who love to gossip your business and you don't want it to get out to other people. You could have a family member where you tell them things in confidence thinking that they're not necessarily going to tell other people, and then they do. So just be mindful of telling your business to certain people who just have that spirit. Also, if someone is questionable in the way that they move, I wouldn't just ignore the fact that the signs are the signs. Take people for face value. Now, outcome for this time frame with the Nine of Pentacles, this does talk about focusing on self, making yourself a priority. Even if you're in a relationship, you could be realizing where you got to get your responsibilities in order. Your, stuff has to be your main focus. I see you guys focusing on health, finances. Okay, if you are in a relationship with someone where it seems like they're more single-minded and maybe not taking in consideration how you feel, I see you also addressing that. Now, going into just the general messages for the month of December for you, I have Tree, which represents ancestry, and then I have Joy, which represents smiley face. And the overall energy focus is going to be on family relationships, mending family relationships, addressing family drama. And I see you guys having ancestral support during this time frame. So if you ever at any point feel like you don't necessarily have the support that you would like to have, or you wish you had more people in your corner, know that your ancestral team is standing right beside you or standing right behind you. I also see this is an opportunity for you guys to come out of this month very happy, very pleased with the personal progress that you're making. So it's important that you focus on your personal happiness and not putting it above, or I would say below, other people and their sense of happiness in a way where you're inconvenienced. But thank you, Libras. Now this message is going to be for my Aquarius. And then we're going to get into Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. All right, so give me a general reading for the month of December for my Aquarius. What does the month of December look like for my Aquarius? So the general energy, the general energy for this month is the Empress. So if you are a parent, I do see your kids, your family are a priority. Some of you could be finding out some good news about you expecting, if you have been kind of speculating that. There also may be a mother-in-law or a mother figure of significance during this time frame. Okay. The Empress also talks about personal growth. You could be in a place to where you're maturing, where you may have responded to certain issues or conflict with other people one way in the past. I think that you're taking more of the mature route, or realizing that only the mature route can be taken when it comes to dealing with complex issues in a relationship or within a family situation. You could also be realizing that you're outgrowing certain spaces, and that's okay. At some point, you may outgrow an area or a job. Sometimes even relationships, you know. But going into career and finance, I have the 10 of Wands. So you could be trying to manage your level of responsibility you have during this time frame. You could have a lot of, let's say, bills or things that you have to manage that you wish maybe you had a little bit more support in. I'm not gonna lie, but I see you guys managing it. Also, this is closing a cycle, because whenever we're talking about the 10 or a 10 in any suit, we're talking about completion. So this does talk about you completing a cycle of stress. If you have been taking on stress from a job where it's not even worth it financially, I see you guys getting very much up to here with that, and no longer will you allow this to go on for too long. So there are adjustments you're going to be making. For some of you, it's adjustments in workload, especially if you're self-employed. You could be realizing that you just cannot handle the bulk of responsibility all by yourself. So maybe working with others could be in your best interest. When it comes to love, I have the 2 of Wands. So when it comes to an existing connection, you could be at a crossroads. Should I continue this relationship and hope that things just over time get better, or should I step away and give this relationship some time? Should I pursue this newer connection, or should I give this person who I've already established a relationship with another chance? Should I be single? Should I not be single? Those are the type of questions you're asking when it comes to the realm of your love life. I see you guys making that decision and then moving based off of what you think makes the most sense when it comes to your love life. Now, the possible challenge you may run into with the 10 of Swords could be just being mentally over certain things. You just don't feel like maybe putting up with certain issues in a relationship anymore, or allowing somebody to feel like they could walk all over you, a boss, family member, lover, whoever this may be. The challenge could also be people just understanding that you're not the same person that you were before. So certain people want to come into your life now, not understanding that that version of you that existed before that may have benefited them may not necessarily be here currently. The challenge could also be just kind of leaving situations that have ended on a painful note the way that they are. There could be certain things that still weigh heavy on your heart. Now, what to watch out for when it comes to the King of Cups, this could be just certain emotions or feelings that come over you and try to control you in a sense. Because emotions in a powerful sense, or certain emotions that can overpower us, like anger or sadness or grief, those emotions want to live on, and they want to control the things that we do and make us feel rational in the things that we do and say in those moments of being emotional. So be mindful of those moments where you feel compelled to maybe do things just from an emotional place where it's not something you genuinely want to do. Or even other people who could be struggling with this problem. Now, outcome for this time frame, I have the 3 of Wands. So, yeah, I see you guys focusing your energy on bigger and better. You could be attempting, for my singles, to focus on new love, new ships coming in that realm, and not looking backward. Same thing in terms of career. You could be in a space to where you're ready to turn to a different chapter, different path, and just waiting for your opportunities to come in. What are the final messages for my Aquarius they need to hear for December? So we have chance, which is dice, and we have focus, which represents bullseye. So anything you want to achieve during this time frame is going to have to come with a level of risk. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. We want to take calculated risks, but we want to take risks nonetheless and not be afraid to. And I think what you focus on is what grows during this time frame. So Be mindful of what gets your attention or grabs your attention. But thank you, Aquarius. I hope that that was helpful. And the next reading is going to be for my Cancers. All right, so let's see. Give me a general reading for my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for the month of December. What does the month of December have in store for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune talks about favorable change, or change that works in our favor. There could be things outwardly that are changing around you that you don't really have any control in. A change in behavior in other people, a change in environment when it comes to a job, a change in staff with the people you work with, a change in, I don't know, the markets and some type of business that you are in now or that you want to go into. And this month is going to challenge you to flow with the changes, not to flow against, but to flow with, and to be also open to change and how it can benefit you in a sense. Like, change could mean the tide turning in our favor. So change is not a bad thing. Now, going into career and finance, I have the Queen of Cups. So there could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio individual of significance within the workplace. This could also just talk about you being very clear on what you would like to achieve in your career. You could have very strong desires to be a life coach, to be maybe a tarot reader, or to be someone who's helpful, to be a nurse, to achieve something where you leave your mark to some degree. And I think that this month you're trying to temper yourself emotionally when it comes to like your personal life so that you can show up in your career more. Yeah. There also could be some sort of opportunity that you stumble into that you actually genuinely end up enjoying, like a creative endeavor or something like that, or some sort of coaching. When it comes to your love life, I have the Seven of Wands. So I see you protecting your energy. There could be a love interest where you guys are going through it right now, and you could be giving them some space to work through their, stuff, their anger, their challenges, their issues that could be, affecting the relationship, or vice versa. They could be doing that for you. A lot of you are just wanting to get to the root of what the problem is with your person communicating, or with your person showing up more in effort. Or why is this person so defensive? Why does it seem like it's pulling teeth when I'm trying to, get our relationship on the right track? And it just seems like there's this, fighting back on their end. For my singles, you could be wondering if your love life is something that's going to experience change, especially if things have been difficult. Maybe you've been, a lot more defensive towards connecting with new people because you feel like you have to protect your energy to some degree. Now, the challenge just as a whole for this month with the King of Pentacles, this could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or this could be trust within a relationship. There could be somebody who you really wish trusted you more. Like, okay, I'm showing you that I'm trustworthy. I'm showing you that I'm willing to put the time in. I'm willing to put the effort in. But there could be, things that this person is still needing to feel assured in that trust or that ability to trust you. For others of you, this could be time management, money management. Things could be just biting at your time and money. Okay. But what to watch out for, I do have the Chariot. So the Chariot talks about an opportunity to succeed and to successfully get past certain obstacles. So what you need to watch out for is this opportunity that's being presented to you to successfully get past a really bad breakup or a really bad ending when it comes to a job or something like that, and get on the other side of that as a victor. Okay, you also want to watch out for things that are trying to pull you backward in that process of doing just that. Now, outcome for this time frame with the Nine of Wands. You could be trying your best to manage stress, Cancers. You could be realizing that you've been assuming a lot of personal stress from other people, or you've been taking on a lot of stress because of the amount of stuff that you're just piling on, and out of the need to say I don't need help, or I got this could be bring you to your breaking point. So I see you guys trying to just manage stress a lot more by the end of this month. Yeah, especially within a relationship. What are the final messages for my Cancers for the month of December? We have Metamorphosis, which is the butterfly. You guys know I love the butterfly. And we also have Clouds, which represents distractions. So yes, we already talked about change in the beginning of this. I'm not going to drag it with this card, but this is just another confirmation that things around you are just evolving. And I just mean this in the sense of maybe industries are changing. People around you, their motives or intentions are changing, or them as a person is evolving and changing. And we don't want to be caught up and not catching up with the changes and being ahead of the curve. And we also want to be mindful of being distracted by things that don't necessarily benefit us in the present. But yes, that's what I see for you guys. And thank you, Cancers. So this reading is now going to be for my Scorpios, and then we're going to do Pisces. Okay. A little gloss on. All right, Scorpios, let's see what December has in store. What does the month of December have in store for my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for the month of December? So we have the Page of Pentacles. So you could be starting some sort of new side hustle, looking at also potential ways to get things cracking. Like responsibility wise, you're ready to assume more responsibility. I want to, as a young adult or just as a person who wants a level of autonomy, to move out. Or I do want to get me a car, or I want to do this that's going to help me potentially take things a lot further for myself in terms of resources and in terms of position in life. There also may be a friends with benefits connection that you're assessing whether or not it's worth still putting more and more effort and time and energy into. Do me and this person want the same thing? Are we going in the same direction or not? That is what you're looking at. That's what you're assessing. Also with the Page of Pentacles, this talks about money management. You could be realizing that a lot of the financial issues you've been experiencing has a lot to do with maybe how money is being handled, and maybe little things that have been eating at your finances, like subscriptions, leisure stuff that you spend your money on that could be taken away from things that you actually want to spend your money on, like big purchases. Now, when it comes to career and finance, I have the Six of Cups, since we're talking about that. So there could be goals that you've had past tense where you're revisiting them. How can I make this goal of being a content creator a reality? How can I make this goal of being a forensic scientist or a doctor or a nurse, or basically my dreams happen? And how can I set up the play for that to be the reality? There also may be maybe a past job that you worked at where you could be, being hit up in terms of for a new position or to work there again. You could be considering whether or not you should give that another chance, especially if it did pay and you transition into a newer job and maybe realize it wasn't necessarily your speed. Okay, but I just see you guys doing a lot of reflecting when it comes to your career and just bigger goals you have for yourself. Now, with love, we got the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands talks about a fresh start, an opportunity to start from the basics, or start from the top. So there may be someone new that you're dealing with, and you guys have a lot of chemistry. It's a lot of energy flowing between you two, And it's this question of like, how far are we going to take this beyond just the chemistry? I really want to assess this person's actions. Or you're dealing with somebody who wants to assess your actions to see how far to really take things. There could be just this strong sense of attraction there, I'm telling you. And even for my Scorpios in a long-term relationship, you could want there to be more of like more intimacy, or for things to be as, you know, intense as it was in the beginning in the relationship too. Now, going into the possible challenge you may run into, I have the Hangman. So the challenge could be delays. You could be in a place to where you want things to speed up a lot faster. And the delays could be just rooted in you questioning a lot of what you're about to enter or what you're about to do, or whether or not you should do certain things, period. So you may want things to speed up, but it's important to realize where you may need to speed up in action and also get out of a period of pause. The other challenge could be being on a break from speaking to a love interest or your person. You guys could have like a temporary moment of not speaking, and this is just kind of dragged out way longer than it needs to be. This could also be a perspective. You could be dating somebody where their perspective is a little bit different than yours, and it's hard to kind of meet in the middle. Now, when it comes to what to watch out for or what to avoid with the Three of Wands, this is going backward. If you are in a mindset, in a place to where action-wise, you just want to focus on new opportunities coming in and what the future has to, you know, hold for you, don't get distracted by looking at past tense stuff or what you wish you would have done sooner or what you wish was different. Focus on what you can harness in this present moment. Another thing to watch out for is things that try to pull you back, whether that's people, opinions, views, temporary emotions, stuff like that. Now, outcome for this time frame, I have the High Priestess. And basically, you guys are going to be in a position of using your intuition finally. Like, there may have been intuitive nudges about someone or an opportunity, good or bad, but just intuitive nudges to tell you what to do. I think that your intuition is going to be screaming at you, and it's going to be obvious that maybe you should take heed to what your intuition is saying. Okay? There also may be a Pisces of significance by the end of this time frame. I see you keeping certain plans that you have to yourself, realizing that you should keep certain plans to yourself, especially if certain people quickly want to judge or place their opinions of what you should be doing onto you. Now, last two cards going to represent the overall energy for the month. We have Recover, and we also have Obstacles. So, month of overcoming challenges that have been in your path and essentially getting back on track. I think the biggest challenge you guys have been experiencing is that restarting momentum up and feeling inspired about getting back on track, especially if you have maybe taken a break from certain creative endeavors, business endeavors, things like that. Okay, this could also be recovering the state of a relationship as well. Family relationship, love relationship, friend relationship. It may be challenging, but it's definitely doable. Thank you, Scorpios. And the last sign that we have Pisces. So this is going to be for you. Let's see what December has in store for my Pisces gang. What does the month of December have in store for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? What does the month of December have in store for my Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements? Okay. So, first card we have, Pisces, is the Fool card. So the Fool represents Aries energy, represents fresh starts, taking a leap of faith or a level of risk, okay? So this month, there's a risk that you're willing to take. This could be a financial risk where it's like, you know what, I'm about to invest in Bitcoin. I'm about to invest in this business idea or potentially put money away so that I can invest. This could look like taking a risk in terms of changing locations or going for a different career path that's going to require a level of, maybe getting certain requirements, or not requirements, but certificates and licenses and stuff like that. But you're willing to take that risk in order to get on the other side of progress. Also, the Fool card talks about just not wanting to look foolish within a romantic connection. There's someone who you may really want to give a chance, but maybe they're a bit immature, or some moments they give you this vibe that, for them, they're a little bit scared when it comes to this connection, and you could be just a little bit hesitant in jumping into something new too fast, basically. Now, going into career and finance, I have the Empress. So there could be a Taurus, a Libra in the workplace of significance. This could just symbolize you outgrowing maybe a certain space, or just growing beyond the career path that you're in now. You could be in a position to where it's like, you know what, expertise wise or interest wise, I feel myself going in a totally different direction. I don't think that this is necessarily for me. For others of you, you could be a new parent. So family could be taking more of a focal point for you, and you could be just thinking about plans of things that you're going to do when you can, get back into the field of working. I also see like a family business. Some of you guys may start working for a family business. Okay, maybe you want to outgrow or go into your own business outside of the family business. But going into the energy with love, I have the Nine of Cups. So there could be a connection that you're in where you're dealing with somebody who takes in consideration of how they feel first, then the connection as a whole. And this could leave you just a little bit concerned about this relationship and whether or not your person is truly in support of you or just in support of how they feel. For some of you, you may even feel like you have to kind of take in consideration how you feel, because the person you're dealing with is going to they're going to take in consideration how they feel first and leave you to pick up the slack. I also see with the Nine of Cups, there may be somebody who's really trying to show you a level of interest, but you could be wondering if this is genuine or if this is an attempt by this person to get what they want out of this connection and then just kind of ghost or go about their business. Now, with the Nine of Swords representing just the overall challenge you could run into, the challenge could be anxiety. The challenge could be you have a lot of worry or anxiousness that could be coming up for you that's leaving you maybe on the edge of your seat or leaving you in a paranoid position to where you can't just be within a connection. You could be dealing with somebody where their anxiousness is starting to rub off on you, because it's like, okay, if this person's anxious, well, should I be anxious about this connection as well? Should I be worried? Some of you also, the problem is overthinking everything. Like you could be trying to think your way through your situation too much to where it's not helping you. Now, what to watch out for? I do have the Emperor. So this could be an Aries or Taurus of significance during this time frame. This could also talk about what's in your control. Some of you could be giving your power away or letting outside things have this sense of control over you when you are in a position of power and control in a lot of different areas in your life. And it's just remembering that. Okay, so you want to be mindful of letting outside things literally have power over you. Now, last card's going to represent the outcome for you, Pisces. With the Six of Pentacles, this does talk about being mindful of how much you pour out than what you get back in. So you may have been going above and beyond for a relationship, for a job, for people around you. And when you need some sort of help, when you need some sort of support, you're not getting that back. So by the end of this month, you could be maybe closing yourself down to being so giving to where those moments where you need stuff, you actually have some sort of support for yourself, because it's not just given away to people who wouldn't even replenish or do the same thing for you or pour back into you. Same thing with the job. I don't see you wanting to overwork yourself in a job where you're not being considered for what you deserve in pay or even in hours. What are the final messages for my Pisces for the month of December? So we have divine guidance, and we also have messages, or the feather. So the overall energy for this time frame, there's a lot of downloads that my Pisces are going to be receiving. You could be having intense dreams that have like little messages in it. So make sure you're taking heed, keeping you a dream journal so that you can keep track of what, downloads you are having. Also, I would be mindful of trying to communicate with anyone or get your point across through like any type of messages. We are in Mercury retrograde. So if you do want to like convey any issues or clear up any problems, it may be best to do it like face to face, or in a way where the messages can't be misconstrued, or what you're trying to say won't get misconstrued. But this is what I see for you, Pisces. And I hope that this was helpful as a whole. I hope you guys enjoyed me doing all 12 of the signs today. If you did, make sure you thumbs up the video, subscribe. I'm going to be doing more readings in this style where I'm just doing all the signs at once. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, I will be going live in like 14 minutes or so, doing personal readings. So if you want to catch me then, make sure you guys stay tuned. I'll be back live in like I said, like 15 minutes or so. If you want a reading, pull up. You can get a spread or you can get questions if you like. All right, I'll see y'all soon.